All right, folks. Now this is part two of basically my wiring of my 70 through 74 cuda, but like I said, I'm doing a hemi swap, and I'm gotta make my standalone harness. Now what you're looking at is the harness from an '07 Dodge Ram. Yes, it looks like a mess, but I got it labeled up. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. I can't take credit for this because basically what I did, I used the DIY hemi.com website, and they basically got it kind of labeled out pretty good. I mean, there are some stuff that's confusing, and I did watch a video a few times. I reread everything, but it's pretty straightforward and easy. Like I said, if you could read a book, you could read a schematic. Now, the video shows basically how the harness is right here. These connectors, these four connectors right here, the most important ones right here, these four connectors. Don't worry about the green one. The green one basically is for if you're running the manual transmission of a newer vehicle. That's what that green one is for. But since I'm running the old Hemi A330, you do not need this green connector. If you're running a manual transmission, especially an older one like an A3330, you do not need this green connector. So you could get rid of that. I'll show you later how to get rid of that. So basically, when I watch a video of the DIY Hemi, so you're saying these four connectors are your bread and butter right here. Bread and butter. So the way he has it labeled is, so right here, this is going to connect to your ECU. Grab the ECU. See, the ECU is even labeled, so you can't really plug these in wrong. So you're going to basically connect these three, the white connector, the black connector, and the orange connector into the ECU. That's like the bread and butter brains of the operation. This right here is going to be running to your relay box. That is this. I got this from like an 80s Jeep, if I'm not mistaken, or 97 Jeep. Older Jeep. I got this relay box. One of the main reasons why I got this relay box was because it's labeled with the stuff you need, like the ASD, the AC flange clutch, and etc. I'll go more in detail once I get there, but I'm just showing you how he had it labeled. So basically, this connector, the C130 connector, is gonna basically go get wired into this AC relay, and everything else just gets connected. There goes your injectors, oxygen sensor, NOx sensor. Now, this end of the connection is the transmission stuff. Like I say, I'm going with a manual. I do not need this stuff. So I'm going to basically eliminate it. And I'm going to show you later in this video how you're going to eliminate the green connector. And the green connector is C4. It's a C4 connector, not the bomb. So we're going to eliminate this. I'm going to show you how you eliminate this later in the video. But all I'm trying to do is just simplify by helping out the DIY Hemi guys. Because they did the majority of the hard work. So I can't really take credit for it. I'm just trying to simplify it so the average guy at home can do it. Okay, so more to come. This might be a long video, so more to come. Okay, so now, excuse me. For the C4 connector, the green connector, the ones for the, basically if you run the automatic transmission, if I'm not mistaken, like I said, I'm running the manual, you're going to want to basically take the connectors that's connected to this, that's going to your C130, because since you're doing a manual swap, there's no need. So those are going to be yellow with, it'll be blue, yellow, and I guess dark blue. And the other connector is going to be all green. Say a dark green connector. So you're going to want to take those out of your C130. Now you're going to need a pick to do that, because basically what you're going to do, once you take out the white cover that holds in, you just pull it up. You might need some pliers because sometimes it's a little tight. Pull it out, put that aside. And if you look, if you look, you can see a little black tab. It's kind of hard to show with the camera. See if I use my feet to hold it. So you're going to see a little black tab in the connector basically. And if you actually you see this little black connector, if I get my pick on it, this little black connector, basically what you're gonna do is pry it down. See, once you pry it down and pull the wire out, that's how you will get those two connectors. And then once you get those two connectors out of your C130, you're just gonna fish it back through all the harness, because you want to separate this from all of it. So you're gonna get rid of the green connector because you're not using it. So once I do that, I'll bring you back in. Alright, so the next connector you're going to want to take out from your C130 connector is going to be this yellow, get my hand in the way, is this yellow, I guess, orange or red wire. That's going to be one of the big boys that's on the side. As you can see, it's one of the big ones on the side, the left side. So same process, get your pin in there, push the tab up as this one is facing upwards. So you're going to have to push your tab up and then pull the wire out. I'm going to do that and bring it back. Hold on. Alright, so I have gotten that wire out. Now I'm going to basically fish it back through. See, I got getting the wires back. So here it is. That's another wire you do not need. So basically all I'm doing is any wire that I see connected to here is connected to one of the main harnesses I'm using. I'm just removing it. And that's what you want to do. If once again, if you're only using an old A83 manual transmission, you would not use this. So the next and final that I could find, I might find some later, but it's the ground wires. So I'm not gonna basically go and fish these through because it all goes up in this big ground wire. I'm just gonna snip all three wires basically, and basically tape off the end. So that's what I'm gonna do with the ground wires. I'm just gonna snip it and tape them off with electrical tape, and that should be me able to basically route this green connector all the way out of the harness. So it should cut down my harness a good amount. All right, more to come. Hold on. All right, folks, so I'm back. So basically what I did was anything that was connected with the green harness, I just cut it. Now, if I have to come back and reuse it for something, I will. But most of this stuff is the transmission things. And I think maybe these oxygen sensors I probably use, but I just cut off everything that was basically wired into the green because most of that is for the transmission stuff. Maybe some temperature sensors and all that kind of stuff. But if I have to reuse these, I will. But until I get there, I'm not worried about it. So like I said, I just cut off everything that was basically onto the main harness. I just cut the ends. Now, since I did that, I could start going back to the pinout, find out which connectors on here I'm going to need and which ones I'm not going to need. So once I figure all that out, I'm going to come back and tell you which ones you need to cut and which ones you won't need. Alright, more to come. Alright, folks, so on the C1, this is the black and black connector. You're going to eliminate two wires out of this connector, and it's going to be the 31, wire 31 and wire 33. 31 is I guess oxygen sensor 2 half signal, and 33 is O2 oxygen sensor 2 and 2 signal. So basically it's going to be on the bottom row, and if you ever forget on the back, it also tells you a number. So if my camera will focus, you see how it shows 29. So okay, so you know this one right here is 29. So we're gonna eliminate 31. I already did it, so it'll be 29. Oops, so it'll be 29, the first one, 30, the second one, 31. You see it's already empty. I took it out. 32 is in there. Then 33, it's missing it. God damn, 33 is missing it. So you will take those two out, and that's all you have to remove for C1 black and black connector is wire 31 and 33. Once you do that, we're going on to the next one. Okay, folks, so Next connector we're going to do is a C2. That's a black and orange connector. And this one, you only eliminated one wire, and that wire is number 8. It is the dark blue and violet, and it's the EGR SOL control. I already took it out, but number 8 is basically the top row. Is the only one missing in the top row, and that's it. That's the only one you have to take out of the orange and black connector. Is number 8, dark blue and violet. All right, more to come. Peace. All right, folks. Now we're doing the black and neutral connector. Dodge calls it neutral, even though it's white. But yeah, it's this connector, the black and white connector. So this one, we're going to take out 7 connectors, but there's a special thing you do with one of the connectors. But I'm going to go through it with y'all. So, okay, here we're going to take out connector 8. That's going to be violet and light blue. That's an NVLD SOL control. That's gone. Then connector 9, that's the brown and white. That's the heat control. 10, that is brown and gray. That's the heat control tool. You're going to take out 20, dark blue and white. That's the evap purge. Number 28, you're going to take is the ASD control output. I'm going to come back to 33 because that's a special one. 35 is the violet and the white connector. That is the NVLD switch signal. Now, back to 33 is a special connector. What you're going to do with 33 is you're going to take it out. It's the oil temperature sensor. That goes to pin 15 on the C100 connector. Now, what the C100 connector is, hold on. The C100 connector is the black connector. So basically, 15 is an empty slot. So right here, remember, right across is 10. So this is going to be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's an empty slot. You're going to take the connector you take out from the black and white connector, number 33. So you're going to take number 33 from here, connect that 33 from here, and put it into pin 15 on the black connector. That's what you're going to do, because that probably has to get wired separately. Like I said, I'm not there yet, but I'm just letting you know. This is more for all the removable wires you do. So that's what you're going to do. So more to come. Peace.